Siyabingelela, ubingelelo Babu Dokotela, Babu Wesizwe, Baba ujabulile. Next time I will say this in vendor so that you'll see that I am the father of the nation, but a father who is happy. Sisebenzela endaweni esibizwa ukuthi i-Nedbank House Building, sisen 19th floor, address it is Queen Street and Albert Street, number 30 Albert Street in Durban. Siyathobeka ngayo yonke indlela. Thank you very much.
Babu Dokotela, the happiest man in the world. Greetings, Babu Dokotela.
I greet you.
Today, Babu Dokotela, we're discussing the very important topic, 4 cornerstones. But before we get there, I want to leave it there.
Okay.
But there is some other pertinent issue that I want to discuss, Babu Dokotela. Number 1 is disloyal. Some call it love potion.
Love potion.
Yeah, what do you mean by this?
Yeah. Because love potion, most of the time, it is food sorcery where you eat something that will make you love somebody else. But since the channel is for Inyanga, or it is all about mainstream of herbal medicine, we need to come out with something always unique.
Sure.
Yeah, when we're talking about making love to somebody else who doesn't like you, it is whereby we're using muti in an adversary direction. Let me repeat it. It's whereby we're using muti at an adversary direction, whereby when you apply this, no one will notice, but you know that we have used muti. What we normally do about love potion using a new towel, you take a face cloth, a small face cloth, and you take muti and then you drink it. You take this face cloth, you put it in a dish, and then you start to vomit on top of it. Let me repeat. You take a brand new face cloth, put it in a dish, and start to vomit over it. Vomit in a bucket or a dish, whatever that you'll be using, start to vomit. Firstly, that muti you have to boil it so that the temperature will be okay for you to vomit. Once you vomit, thereafter you take whatever that was vomited, you strain it, and then you leave as if it's water, clear water. And then take your towel, don't make it too dry. Find a place where the opponent person will be seated. If you like that lady or you like that woman, and you want her to be one of your wives, because we're taking more than one now, and then your boss, where he normally sits, because you want to talk about increase to him. Firstly, before you do that, you take the towel while it's still wet a little bit, and then you massage wherever you'll be seated, or the whole desk, wherever the executive will be seated in the boardroom before they call you. You must know that every seat has been trapped with this thing that you are using to vomit. When they sit, the front seats are very clean. But whatever is clean, it has traces of your remains of umut. And thereafter, what you do with this face towel, and you wipe it a little bit in your face, and you go there straight, you challenge them head on. Whatever you say, they cannot afford to say no. Idlis with a towel.
Yo.
This has to be said. We are as Nyanga in KZN, not by mistake, because we are responsible for umut. Siyabonga.
But Babu Dokotela, you're no longer in KZN. You are all over. If you say KZN, it's like you are limiting yourself. Yeah. Now, let us shoot straight to Ugufemba. Babu Dokotela, you say Ugufemba is often fake. First and foremost, what do you mean by Ugufemba before you tell us whether it's authentic or fake? What is it that you're talking about when you say Ugufemba?
Okay, number 1, people who practice this Ugufemba are people from Swaziland, but majority is Mozambicans.
All
people
right.
from Mozambique, they practice that a lot. But when it comes to urban areas, most people, they fake that. They fake it because they don't know how to do it. Or they just want to mesmerize you and start to do things that are finer and stupid. Because there is no known muti then can cause magic in your body. Once you start to cause magic in your body, once it's magic, it symbolizes fake. Once you call it magic, then it's fake. And once the muti in your body start to cause magic, that muti is fake. If it is authentic, it cannot cause any magic. And now these things that's of calling people coming for femba, and people, they start to see things that are not supposed to be seen. No, that is fake. And when you conduct ufemba is to bath somebody with certain mutis that are mixed with green fembe from Amandau. People have to Google it, Amandau, then they'll know more about Amandau. And you have to get genuine fembe from of Amandau and mix it with muti, and then bath that person with this. Okay, someone else said, Babu Dokotela, what do you mean bath? Should I sacrifice a chicken so that I can spew bile or blood? Normally, they do that just to harness your money. I thought there's no need for that. There is no need for that. Once you mix this mushonga or this sihlaro moriana correctly, you can just practice ifebe to anyone without seeing magics or things happening. But you just to break out all the mist that is holding you from prospering. That is called femba in a genuine way, not like mesmerizing or entertaining a person. Thank you.
Babu Dokotela, there was a book that you read back in the 90s. Now I'm exposing my age. I'm too old. It was saying killing a man's pride. But you are saying to these people who are rude, people who undermine other people, if they keep on being rude to other people, they'll be subjected to sexual dysfunctionality. Or you will kill their pride. What do you mean? How do you do this?
And let me correct this thing, because the spelling at all times has to be checked and corrected.
Sure.
This thing, it is painful, but it's being practiced now and again.
Sure.
You'll come out that you are having a girlfriend, you are poor, and she's just an academic, she's a teacher, she'll help you with everything to qualify for matric, driver's license, code 10, code 14. Thereafter,
forklift certificate,
and then you're ending up acquiring around 25,000. But a nurse can never earn so much.
Sure.
A nurse always plays around 12 to 14,000. Now you are earning around 25,000 because of your education, and you do logistics, transport and logistics, and you ascertain a diploma, and now you'll be earning plus or minus 45,000 because you just caught a fleet supervisor, a fleet manager. And thereafter, you take a bold decision to tell your wife, also called a wife at this time, after being married for like 18 years, you were suffering for past 8 years, and then this woman, she's been helping you all the times till you qualify for this education that you've got. It was because of her.
Sure.
Now you're taking a decision that you're taking a second wife. The reason why? Because I've got money. You got 2 boys and 1 girl. And what else do you want? And then you feel like because now you got money, you need what to call a second wife. And then you're just expressing your muscles, you're flexing your muscles that because I've got money and there's nothing that you can tell me. She's going to ask you, are you taking a second wife because of my effort behind me helping you to acquire all the documents that today you've got? Now you are telling me straight off that you got a girlfriend in Johannesburg. You are taking that girlfriend as a second wife. And when your wife comes to me with that report, you were poor, you were just literally standard 9, and she helped you to write your matric and to get the driver's license, all the certificate that you got. Now, after 18 years, now you are taking a second wife. We cannot stop you from taking a second wife. But you'll take a second wife with huge deficit.
Sure. And
thereafter, you'll be not sleeping with the wife because she's still angry. And you'll be busy playing around. No, what we'll do, we'll take umuti or sihlare, or that muti will be red in powder when we give it to her. She has to lay it on the ground using a left hand with her eyes closed. She's going to lay it on the ground and demand that as from today onwards, Mise Mokoena, as from today, I declare that Mokoena should not afford to have penile erectile as long as I'm still alive, wherever she goes. Spread it, and leave it and go back to sleep. Because they are not having sex for past 6 months, there is no way that this man will accuse his wife for not erecting anymore.
Sure.
Because this thing will literally drop completely. And there's no way that she can think of coming back to her. Because she knows that she never sleep with her for past 6 months. How come now she's got ED, erectile deficiency syndrome? It's because of that muti that we used. We only do that to a person who literally tortures you, because we as men, we must know that for the fact that you got a girlfriend, it hurts your wife. It's okay, but she'll always get counseling otherwise. But for the fact that you are now taking the second wife in her presence, you got 3 girls, 4 boys, and what else do you want? And you still persuaded to take. And that alone, it hurts a woman like no one can control it. That is why when a woman comes to me, I'll tell her this is the solution that we can do before we apply something else. That is the basic number 1, is to cause ED. Because a man, in order for him to be strong, must be strong waist downward, not waist upward.
Sure.
That is what we do. But we don't just do it to anyone, but to someone who comes with something that can hold, something that we can digest, that you qualify for this. Thank you.
But Babu Dokotela, there's a woman out there who says, I love my man so much. He left me and I want her back. I can see we can fight through this, but I want to make sure this year I get my man back. She'll come and say, Babu Dokotela, how can you help that woman?
Yeah, if you're serious,
Sure.
but you have to tell me why your husband has left you.
Sure.
Maybe you've been cheating as well. Maybe your cake is too big now. You're not taking care of your cake, because your cake matters a lot.
Sure.
Because if anyone, no man can sleep in a swimming pool. No matter you like water so much, you can put your legs, but you cannot sleep there. If it's always wet, why it's always wet? Why don't you do something? Use something that can clean your cervical. You're a woman, talk to someone else. Talk to your friends. They'll tell you what to do, because I cannot tell you that we are just too wet as if I'm coming somewhere where it was dry. And number 1, you as a woman as well, you have to change your attitude, because your attitude, this is the main thing that causes a man to leave you. Number 1, your husband comes late and you're going to wake him up at 10 o'clock and find out, hey, please tell me what happened, why you came so late. And then sometimes you use your husband as your friend. Your husband is not your friend. That is number 1. He's not your friend. You are not even related. You are just busy having sex. You are not related. And growing these children, raising these children. That's all. We are not related at all. I mean, stop taking your husband as your friend. Respect your husband as the king of the house, as a leader, even though that is underpaid compared to you. But as long as you disrespect him, he'll always leave you. Your attitude has to be reversed completely.
Sure.
As long as you want that man to come back. Because a man asks for tea and then you ask children to make tea for your father. But a man did not ask, please tell the children to give me some tea. He asked you for tea and then you're referring the request to auntie. No. The man wants you to see moving, doing something.
Sure.
And the way you were dressing, it literally moves a man, shakes a man a lot. Because the way you dress, not that you're wearing pants, but you're not just wearing pants. You even show some organs in your body. In the buttocks. And no man likes that. Because this is what you've been doing now. He cannot tell you that this I don't know. But a man, if he goes outside, he never see that happen. And then a man always plead you for sex. It is always difficult for you to have sex with him. That alone, it will cause a man to leave. And then first we have to do a reverse psychology around everything. Just change, remodify yourself. Be a woman again. Even though that you're wearing two nails, it means that you can have 2 boys, 2 men at the time. But now just reverse everything. So that man, when he comes, he'll find you renewed, revitalized. Thereafter, when you come to us, because people do come to us, and when we start to do introspection, we find this woman, if she was my wife, I was going to leave her too. I cannot take this anymore. This is too much.
Sure.
Yeah, then if you are serious about seeing your husband coming back, get me a red meat, but change your attitude and behavior as well.
Actually, the central,
Attitude is key. Is the key. It is the key. But your attitude is bad. You have to change it. Thereafter, your husband can always come back without using muti. And then you can use muti when your husband bounces back to you. You are still carrying same attitude with plus. Yeah, then the attitude has to change, because we have to understand that you are a woman not because of your qualification. You were born as a woman, you die as a woman. You have to subject it to this man. What I mean subjected, you have to be obedient to him. If you are not obedient to any man, no man will tolerate you.
They will accuse of being patriarchal, Babu Dokotela.
The problem is, I'm wearing a pants because I've got balls underneath.
Sure.
That's not a mistake. I did not qualify to have balls hanging in me.
Sure.
I have to talk as if I'm carrying balls. I'm not wearing a skate. If your attitude is like this, no man will stand before you. Simple as that. If my wife can have your attitude one day, next hour I'll never come back home. I'm not a fighter. I'll live. Limited, I'll live. I would rather sacrifice everything and go back in a shack and stay with someone who can respect me and treat me as a man.
Sure.
Not because I shave because there's something wrong with my beard. I shave because I just wanted to be hygiene, but I have to be treated as a man. And if you still treat your husband as your housemate, you are having a problem. Your problem will never subdue. It will never end. When you come to me, change your attitude completely, and then we will help you. But bring me red meat. But your husband will come back. But your attitude must be around that figure as well. Thank you.
Yo. Yeah, you left me speechless. No, thanks, Babu Dokotela. Let's now talk about poverty and attitude, Babu Dokotela. Some people believe that poverty is related to your attitude, and some would say something different. It's bad luck. Some would say it's the economy. But you are saying, Babu Dokotela, it is related to your attitude. What do you mean by this?
The reason why you just got you got a job and then you lost a job again, it was because of your attitude.
Sure.
You came late. In order to apologize, you defend yourself. You were so defensive. But you came late. You know that you came late. And you're supposed to be back down. I'm not backing down. And then your attitude around the election, that we used your vans for campaigning. And you hired speakers. And now within the council, you cannot be controlled.
Sure.
You're just busting out. Because you people, you won this what? Because of my cars. My cars. My cars were used. My cars were used. And your attitude alone, it will affect the executive. They'll let you go so that you can be angry at home. And then your attitude alone, it leads you to poverty. Even your children, they start to sit with you as a father to tell you, Daddy, we need you to work. We're depending to you. But if you carry on like this, you're going to lose a job. And then what is going to happen to us? My mom is sick. And then, okay, it is okay. But hey, see, I don't take rubbish. Which rubbish? Because here we are poor. We are depending on you. But when you change your attitude, no one hates you at work. But no one can barely take your attitude.
You behave like the world owes you.
Yes. And because of that, you're academic. And you are highest educated at school. And you are acquiring a position of being an HOD. You demand that to happen. We don't demand that. We have to undergo competition like everybody, examined by the body corporate. And the body corporate, they know that you're educated, but you drink a lot. They don't feel comfort about you with your drinking behavior to take on this position of being an HOD. And then body corporate, remember that people are not educated. Are just parents at school with standard 2 like me.
Ish.
With standard 2.
The governing body.
Governing body are just people who are not educated. This is a high school. They've never been at high school as students, but they are here as parents. They've got more power now.
Sometimes the only thing they have is struck credentials.
Yes. That is why I'm saying your attitude has to be dealt with before you think about your poverty. Because if your attitude is lined with poverty, poverty will win you. Poverty is a spirit that is egocentric. Poverty is bigger than you. It will swallow you. It has swallowed so many people. We know poverty. We've got people who are under the bridge today because of poverty.
Sure.
And the attitude. And then poverty will literally swallow you and put you in prison. And this is poverty. How will you swallow and put you in prison? Because you'll be so greedy because of education, you cannot qualify not to have money, you're ending up robbing banks. And you'll end up in prison, simple as that.
If not in the grave.
If you're not in the grave. And then this is why I'm saying poverty is bigger than you. It is egocentric. The poverty's mouth is too large. It swallows everything that comes. And then please change your attitude, because before you come to a pastor to pray for you, don't stop when pastor is praying for you, you're checking him whether he's serious. No. When he prays for you, kneel down with the faith that today God is using him to bless me. I am blessed indeed. Accept that.
Sure.
When Inyanga gives you umuti, stop persecuting him. Oh, this rubbish Babu Dokotela wearing such a cheap coat for 4,000 rand. What can I do with someone who wears
A cheap coat for how much?
for 4,000 rand?
Okay.
I cannot wear a coat for 4,000 rand. Look at him. What he can tell me. And then stop persecuting us. You are richer than us. We understand you are educated than us. But in my presence, I'm bigger than you. Because I came in my resident. Admission is reserved. I can throw you out whenever. Any building that we are working is written admission reserved, meaning that we got every right above you that you cannot control. We can throw you out if you're talking nonsense. Then change. Thank you.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. People have learned a lot. Now, let's talk about the proper use of the red money oil. First and foremost, if you can just explain to us what is red money oil, then what does it do?
Red money oil is 2,000 rand. It's for people who knows money, not people who can count money. There are people who knows 100 rand. If I've got 100 rand, you know what I'll do? I'll buy data and I'll go to social media. I'll search for this thing. I'll ascertain this information and then download it and save it.
Sure.
You understand? That person knows that for 100 rand, if I can buy data, I can able to use this and then download these files because I need this. You see, for my business, I need it. For me to do this, I have to go to YouTube and then download this video and then save it in my file. And that person knows 100 rand to him is too much.
She knows the value.
Like to me, 1,000 rand is too much because, Mr. Mkhize, I'll be lying to you. In your vicinity, 100 square meter in your vicinity, where you stay, I don't know where you stay. More than 90% of those people, they don't have 1,000 rand in their bank account now.
Sure.
Just 100 square meter. They don't have 100 rand, 1,000 rand. 1,000 rand. More than 90%. They don't have 1,000 rand. I'm talking about people who earns every week. They don't have it. Meaning that if you cannot value money, I feel sorry for you.
Sure.
Red money oil. You stand outside here and then you shake it, you do your prayer with your heart so that people in the flat, they should not hear you when you pray. And then you take it, you wrap it over here, and then you wrap it on top of your head or on your forehead, but sideways this way. And then you command it this side, you command it that side, and then you walk out. And wherever you go, left and right, I should accept money. Left and right, I should accept money. As I leave this door, when you do that, you must be standing outside by the door already. As I leave this door, and then you close the door, lock, and then you go. Not that you're going to do that and carry on working, spanking kids after declaring this. Because as I leave this door, left and right, I must make money. And then you go to present yourself.
Sure.
I'm talking about people who are not saying, I'm going to win lotto, I'm going to be rich. To be rich is something else, but to have money is something else. Thank you.
While we are talking about money, some people will come to you very late at night. Or that you find that they have no bus fare, yet there's some money in their account. Does Izinyanga or Babu Dokotela, to be specific, provide any cashback services?
What a cashback?
Eh?
What a cashback?
Let's say Babu Dokotela, I come to you, then I pay for a certain service. Maybe I buy
Red money or for 2,000 rand.
For 2,000 rand. And it's the only cash I had in my pocket.
Right.
Now I want to go cash a taxi.
Okay, there are taxis in town.
Eh?
There are taxis in town.
But it's late.
There are ATMs in town.
It's closed.
Pavilion, they close late.
I don't have money to go to Pavilion.
Gateway, they close late.
Exactly. But I need cash to go to Gateway.
Okay.
Yeah, how can Babu Dokotela help with some cash?
To Lono.
But just a cashback.
I'll tell you, this is not a supermarket. There's no cashback. I'm in Nyanga. Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Sure.
We as in Nyanga, we have to migrate. We have to innovate. Sure. We have to evolve. We have to change. We have to adapt time. Number one, sometimes when you come to see Inyanga, like when you come to see me, sometimes we finish here around 6 o'clock, 6:30. Sometimes we finish at the time, depending to the busy, what were we doing. The client will be paying like 10,000 rand as cash because the client has stayed here for too long. Whatever she had, she used it for food. And now she only realized that now she cannot go to the township because there are no transport. All she needs now is just a meter tax or whatever, any model of transport. But for that, she needs extra cash because it's so late now. She only got 20 rand left and then she cannot go to town using a public transport. The rank is far, it's not safe. We as a Zinyanga, we have to come to a level that a client like that can produce his card or her card, swipe it in a machine, 100 rand, 200 rand or 500 rand, depending, and then just collect it from your wallet and you give the client because the client has swiped it. But the problem is about swiping on Friday.
Sure.
That 100 rand, it will appear on Monday with charges.
Okay.
Yes, with charges from Nedbank to FNB, from African Bank to FNB. You must pay that. It's one of the things that you just have to swallow.
But there is a big bank that you are missing.
Which bank is this?
It starts with C.
I don't know, the tech shop.
Okay.
But I'm talking about banks, all banks of South Africa, not tech shops.
Okay, it's fine. Let's carry on.
A bank that does not have a business account is a tech shop.
Yeah, it's a tech shop.
It's just a tech shop. A bank that cannot finance you to buy a car.
It's a tech shop.
No, it's a tech shop. No, it's a tech shop.
Sure.
I don't talk about tech shops. Then we as a Nyanga, we're supposed to be helping people to that level, whereby when a person asks for a cashback, and you can just swipe it.
Sure.
We always do it. Not that I can do it. We always do it. We literally always do it.
Out of good heart.
Yeah, because a person is desperate. Charges will be 2 rand or 3 rand. You don't even see it. You don't even feel it.
Sure.
Yeah, Babu Dokotela says, we as a young, we must just come now to the force so that we can do business in a transparent way.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
When I was in that 7, I was doing definition. Remember definition, they would say, define what a catalog is.
Yes.
Then we start saying it's a bound book in which the merchant illustrates his goods. And then what is a diary? It's a book in which the events of each day are recorded. Let's talk about the diary, Babu Dokotela. Babu Dokotela, you help someone. While you are helping that person, he takes your diary and gives to your enemies. You see, those kinds of friends, how do you deal with those people who take your diary where you record the event of each day and give to your fools?
This is what to call it. It's our comrades, our friends. We treat those people as our buddies, but we make mistakes. We expose too much what is in our diary.
Sure.
And the person will need to know that, how did you win this case? And then you tell him or her that, hey, there's a Nyanga in Ndwedwe. Hey, that Gogo is so powerful.
Sure.
Or that person, he consult to that Gogo at Ndwedwe. And he will tell your enemies. That is where he's getting support. And then those people that we are embracing and blanketing with them, hoping that they are our friends. It's so toxic because most of the time, even that you can share my diary cannot be cross-examined in any court of law. It's just that when you are telling that, most of those people, they don't win. But I know the information, they only source it from you. Then when I deal with you decisively.
Sure.
Because your enemy is weaker than your friend. Your friend is strong. When you hit your friend, you must punch him by the nose. Make sure that he bleeds so much inside that he cannot fight back again. Because your friend, he knows who you are. And he knows what you're capable of. But your enemy just hates you for nothing. But your friend is more dangerous. That is why if you are working with people who sell out your information to people that may kill you, because your enemy does not wish you a happy birthday. Your enemy rushes you to have a death certificate printed.
Sure.
And thereafter, if your enemies source any information from a person that you trusted, please come to me. We will deal with that particular person decisively. Malema says, you must make sure that you hit the dog till Stellenbosch Mafia comes out. That's what I'll do. I promise you, the Stellenbosch Mafia will come out when I deal with your friend. Because when I deal with a friend, I don't use same attitude. Like your enemies are weaker than your friend. Your friend is toxic. Your friend is toxic. Like you know me from since 2007. The information that you have accumulated around me, Malondi, or everything. And then that information alone, it can kill me if you can give it to enemies. That, actually speaking, Babu Dokotela used to be a best friend of Malondi. They were sharing same floor. And then Malondi knows everything. If you want to get something from, speak to that lady. And then that kind of a person, you have to deal with him with a high voltage of electricity. Make sure that you shock even his shoes. Everything start to vibrate, get wasted. Thank you.
Yeah, Babu Dokotela, back to our main topic, 4 cornerstones. I think now you must first and foremost break it down. What do you mean by 4 cornerstones? What do we do when we talk about 4 cornerstones?
4 cornerstones.
Sure.
Let's just be honest. In South Africa, we've got so-called churches.
Sure.
In South Africa, we've got so-called general dealer shop. No, you remember those shops? Then they were written.
Yes.
Yeah, in South Africa, we had those churches. We got mainstream churches like Faith Mission, Assembly of Gods. We got those authentic. Let me use authentic, not synthetic. Authentic churches, established mainstream churches, Orthodox churches. We got those churches, and there is a church just near me, like 300 meters away. Orthodox church,
Sure.
mainstream church, led by an old man, with plus or minus 30 people attending every day.
Sure.
To him, it's busy.
Very busy.
Because during Christmas time, they're close to double. To him, it's busy. They normally park like 5 cars every service. Like 5 cars they park. His car and then another car that always parked there.
Okay.
And then the rest are people who are visiting him. Yeah, because sometimes you find that the neighbor does not have a space to park and they decided to park at church.
In the church,
He always park there. Yeah. And then you find that old man comes crying that just next to him, 50 meters away, there was an open space there. He saw people grass cutting with a machine, not knowing that they will put a tent, and then there is a big international church that is open there.
Oh, international
church
in my local area,
in your vicinity.
all right.
And then the pastor is a boy who's 28 years old. He's been in Stellenbosch University, and then he was asking his father for money for school, and then asked him, which area are you in South Africa? He said, I'm in Cape Town. No, go to Durban and open a church, I'll find you.
Okay.
So that you can have money. And the boy will open a church. But the problem about there's nothing wrong about him opening a church. But the problem is, his concept is to mislead the community. There is a spirit called Dajjal.
Dajjal, yeah.
How you spell Dajjal is D-A-J-A-A. Yes, they call it. It's a spirit of deceiving.
Sure.
And most of those young pastors from outside South Africa, they've got special kind of hairstyles. Because Dajjal like something charismatic.
Okay.
They wear things that are so tight in their body, hanging trousers most of the time, shiny shoes that are pointing like this. They drink a lot. And those people, they'll be spreading lies about the word of the Lord. They'll be telling that God gave me this oil Can you hear this? God gave me this oil to heal you. This oil is 500 rand. People, they will be deceived that God met this guy somewhere at the workshop and gave him this oil quickly and said, go sell it.
Sure.
There is no way God can meet in a corner and give you oil to sell for 500 rand. And then people will be deceived to buy a product that is not even coming from God. And for a church like that, a mushrooming churches that are intended to deceive the community that God does not heal anymore. If He does not heal anymore, we don't need the name Raphael. God is a healer. Firstly, God has to destroy that angel that heals people, not oil, because they have replaced the angel of the Lord with special salt from Ghana, with special water from Egypt. That is all rubbish. There is no way we can replace an angel with an artificial product. When we come across that deficiency, I'll ask a man of God to bring me 4 stones. Gather me 4 stones. Anyway, gather me 4 stones. And bring something serious. And not to pop, not money that is in a wallet, something serious. Then I'll destroy the church. People, they find me odd that I destroy church. I destroy churches. If you provoke the men of God, people that have studied fivefold ministry, just for the fact that you are intended to sell fake product to people with the intention of making money, you are lying to people, then it will destroy you as well. Because once you do that, abusing the name of the Lord, you know very well that you are lying to people. That is why when we hit you with umuti, it will be so fluent for you to be destroyed, because you already cover yourself with the lies. There is no way that God will release the angel Gabriel to come and defend you, because we'll be destroying you on basis of your fact that you are lying. When the pastor says, Babu Dokotela, these people, they came there, and then, believe you me, it's me and my family at church. We are less than 12 now. Sure. We were about 30 or 40. But now we're less than 8, because just my children and 1 or 2 neighbors. Everybody's gone to that particular church. And the church is still harnessing more people from other sectors as well.
And they grow very fast.
Very fast. And thereafter, I'll ask him to bring me those stones. Wrap those stones in his hand. Declare and decree. Anything that you've given by God, the enemy can never take it. And destroy that. When you destroy the church, the pastor will feel as if he has to open a branch in Potchefstroom. He will close this branch and open in Potchefstroom. You'll have the same defect. You keep on running till it gets destroyed completely. We have to deal. And in same churches, same Pakistani shops, we have to deal with them, but using muti. Because this thing, Operation Tutula rubbish thing, it's not effective. It's not helping. It is bias based on Africans. Simple as that. It is not doing, because we cannot replace immigration office with Operation Tutula. There are no 2 different things. Operation Tutula is not working according to the Constitution versus immigration and international law in regards. That is why even there are shops within our community, we don't need them. We can always get it using muti. Babu Dokotela has said it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. We have come to the end of our show today. The viewers must catch us again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.